5 and 121.
Welcome back to the Trainers Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM Clear Channel Studios, iHeart Media Studios, and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined on the show with Kevin Lasser, CEO, JEMS Technology. This is some breakthrough stuff. Kevin, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate this.
Oh, my pleasure, Michael. I'm a big fan of yours, your show, and I'm honored to be here with you today. Truly honored.
Thank you. And coming from somebody with a background like yours, it really means a lot to me. Give our audience kind of a little background on your serial entrepreneurship and some of the successes you've had. And then, if we could, we'll come right into what JEMS is doing.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you know, I'm a career bootstrapper, right? So I never started a company to sell it. I've always started a company to respond to a market need. And I started out in finance. The first company I owned and sold was a finance company. From that, we did some security work. And here we are today in healthcare with JEMS Technology, which we started once again to solve a problem that, quite frankly, a very large company, a United States company, came to us and said, we want to be able to deliver healthcare to our specialist physicians on their mobile devices. At the time, 5 years ago, nobody was doing that. So myself and, quite frankly, my brilliant partner, Randy Phillips, he's the smart guy. He was able to develop a proprietary software solution, and here we are today.
Okay, so this is anywhere, anytime, just about any health solution that can communicate back and forth. How does this work?
Well, it's very simple. So we're in different form factors, such as a cart. Perhaps it's a rugged, fully portable computer. But that cart, the form factor of JEMS, is in front of the patient, and through any video feed, be it a camera, an EKG, a stethoscope, dermoscope, otoscope, any type of video feed, goes to the specialist on their smart device, their iPhone, their iPad, any smart device at all. Okay. So basically what we're doing is we're 2 clicks away from delivering the right specialist in front of a patient, which is the anytime, anywhere part of it.
Okay. Now, baby boomers are turning 65 at a rate of 10,000 people a day over the next 16 years. So let's walk down the path of what's going on with that market sector, with what JEMS is doing.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm one of those baby boomers. So we're turning 65 years old, 10,000 people a day over the next 19 years. There already is a healthcare shortage. There's fewer physicians per person in America. And that's really what Obamacare / the Affordable Care Act was to provide health care to more people. Because there's more people being forced into the system. The older you are, there's a greater chance that you're going to need to use the system. And what was born out of that were accountable care organizations, ACOs, which are really poised to respond to providing more health care to people that need it. So telehealth, we believe JEMS is a great solution for that, because JEMS delivers the right physician to the patient. So one great example of that is one of our healthcare rock stars, which we call them. Her name is Paula Morning. She's the director of ALSA Michigan. ALS is a horrible disease. It's also known as Lou Gehrig disease. One of the problems she had is her patients in northern Michigan had to travel great distances to see an ALS neurologist. By utilizing the JEMS technology, they drive a much shorter distance. As a matter of fact, it could even be used in their homes, where they are delivered to an ALS neurologist, to which there are a handful of them in the entire state of Michigan. So that's one way that you can deliver the right care to the right patient utilizing our technology.
Okay, now this is really great because let me stretch this out just a little bit and see if I'm outside of the envelope or something that's already capable. I can see somebody, a commercial fisherman, out on a vessel that has a real problem. If they're or say it's a cruise ship that's out there that has a real problem. If you have one of your devices on, say, the cruise ship, you can connect with somebody at the Mayo Clinic or some other somebody that's really specific or a specialist in that field of, say, neurology. They crack their head open or something. Is this where we're
Yeah.
going with this?
Yes, and it's a great example, Michael, because we're working with the U.S. Coast Guard. One of the really cool things about GEMS is we're data agnostic, so we operate on LTE, Wi-Fi, and satellite. So we're working with the U.S. Coast Guard in submarines because GEMS chooses which one of those data feeds to use. The client doesn't even choose it. GEMS, the technology, actually chooses it. It's a very elegant solution. There's a lot going on there, but it's not apparent to the people using it because we also believed when we started GEMS 5 years ago that people are busy and they have to be able to, it's an emergency solution, so it can never be more than 2 clicks, and we were able to do that, and we're very proud of that.
No, did you say 2 clicks?
Yep, 2 clicks.
2 clicks, and you're talking to a specialist in an emergency situation with this tool.
Correct, sir. Yes, 2 clicks on either end.
Wow. That's amazing stuff. All right, so talk to me about where everything is right now. I mean, are you getting it out through hospitals? How are people getting their hands on this technology so that they can use it?
Yeah, so we are definitely in the hospitals, and one of the things we set out to do in 2014 was expand past the standard teleuses. The teleuses being one of that you mentioned is telestroke, teleneurology, and the other one is telepsychiatry. So we decided, hey, our technology is very, very flexible, and so we wanted to be able to provide telecardiology, teledermatology, tele-OB. One other really cool use is what we call tele-OR. And tele-OR really, so there's an old saying, the hospital is a good place to get sick. So there's a thing called hospital-acquired conditions, HAC, and so there's a gentleman, CEO of a company called Quicksor, Mike Weber. He's using GEMS technology to provide virtual device reps, medical device reps. If you go to a hospital in a suburban area, you'll see there's a lot of people standing in line to go into an OR to talk to the OR docs. They're selling them equipment. What Mike did was he's using our technology to provide a rep's presence, but it's a virtual presence using our technology. And that's another, I think, really cool usage of our technology. And you look at Ebola, some of these really bad things, that's something that the disease infection control people in the hospital are very, very interested in.
We can see that. So this could really cut down on all of the problems that we just saw all over the news recently. You can.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we wanted to do in 2014. So 2015 was really when you talk about the Affordable Care Act. To me, the challenge is not just delivering healthcare inside those 4 walls of a hospital, but going outside of those 4 walls, and that's a challenge. So to go outside of those 4 walls, we did that. We're doing that right now at the end of 2014 and in 2015, which basically means we're providing the same expert inside first responder vehicles. I already mentioned the submarines, but in homes as well. So the non-traditional places, the outside of those 4 walls, I think that's very important to meet the demand. And we're working with a couple of other healthcare rock stars. Dr. Michael Everett, he's program director of EMS paramedicine at Lake State University in Sault Ste. Marie, and Dr. Chris Mason, he's the medical director at War Memorial Hospital, and they're developing a community paramedic integrated health program, pilot program for rural Eastern Upper Peninsula using our technology. So they're able, in places that are very, very far away from suburbia, from suburban America, to deliver specialists to people in very, very rural areas, utilizing our technology.
I was just thinking about that in the way of I have one, a vet. You know what I'm talking about? Veterinarians.
Sure. Yep. So, absolutely, and of course, JEMS is secure. So there has to be the need for security. JEMS, of course, is fully HIPAA compliant.
Right.
So if there is a need for secure communication, and in 2015, one of our goals is, and we're already meeting that, is to expand outside of healthcare. So, and actually outside of the United States, we have some program going right now. We call it teleengineering in Africa. Whereas in Africa, there's a lot of travel required for certain plants, and rather than engineers traveling to these plants, they can be sent the problem live video to their smart device.
Let's do this, Kevin. Let's take a break right now, but before we do, give us the contact information for JEMS Technology.
Okay, thank you. It's www.gemstech.com, JEMSTECH.com, www.gemstech.com.
All right, Kevin, we'll be right back on the other side of this break.
Okay, thank you.
We'll be right back with Kevin Lasser, CEO, JEMS Technology, and wait till you see what we talk about on the other side of this break.
I'm Dr. James, founder of Diamond Physicians, a concierge medicine practice located in Dallas, Texas. Our Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam has been created for people like you who live a high-stress, fast-paced life. Every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. experiences a life-changing heart attack or debilitating stroke. Negative stress tests and normal cholesterol levels do not exclude you. Half of all fatal heart attacks occur without warning. Diamond goes beyond traditional medicine with the Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam, proven to prevent heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes. Contact Diamond now at 214-395-3491. That's 214-395-3491. Or visit our website at diamondphysicians.com to take the Diamond Challenge. If your Diamond 360 reveals perfect health, receive a full refund. Your loved ones will thank you.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese.
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
What if you got rewarded for every good decision? What if your heart had a special way of letting you know it appreciates your healthy choices?
I've got to get my family to eat more vegetables.
Amazing!
And instead of cooking with butter tonight, I think I'll saute our veggies with heart-healthy oil.
You're a genius! So really, would your food choices pay off in heart health? Did you know that when you replace bad fats with healthier fats, like those in canola or other vegetable oils, it can lower bad cholesterol levels, and that's good for your heart. Here's a winning idea. Take up the challenge for good health, because the you of the future will say,
Fantastic!
Learn more at heart.org/facethefats. Canola Info proudly supports the American Heart Association's Face the Fats campaign.
BTJ Consulting was founded specifically to consult with accredited investors on how best to manage their oil and gas investments. The emphasis is not only on direct participation in drilling projects, but includes opportunities in the purchasing of oil rigs, service and equipment companies, real estate and/or the purchase of royalty interest through lease pooling. This strategy further mitigates risk and spreads their clients' investments over the entire sector whenever possible. For more information, call 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. That's 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. And tell them Yorba sent you.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. I'm joined with Kevin Lasser, CEO, JEMS Technology. Really breakthrough stuff here about being able to deliver top specialists out to areas of critical need that are not in the rural areas where many of these specialists tend to reside and work. All right, Kevin, when you were talking with me on the last segment, you were saying that really to effectuate change in the healthcare system, you're taking the healthcare and delivering it outside of the hospital. You also had mentioned that JEMS is data agnostic. It works with everything. Talk to us a little bit about that, and then I really want to get into what you're doing with the DHS, the VA, Department of Justice, with those entities.
Well, absolutely, and thank you so much for your kind words. To be data agnostic, it means that we operate on Wi-Fi, LTE, satellite, any network. That's what makes JEMS so special. That's what makes JEMS different. That's how we are able to deliver health care in rural facilities. You know, Michael, what happens is these rural facilities will buy a telemedicine solution and their Wi-Fi does not support it. And because their Wi-Fi doesn't support it, they spend a lot more money building an additional infrastructure for their Wi-Fi than they even spent on the telehealth solution. Mm-hmm. That just isn't the case with JEMS. JEMS is a true turnkey solution. We've shown people JEMS in areas that people can't even get cell phone reception. And it's funny because they say to me, being the CEO, how is this working like this? And of course I say, geez, I don't know. You'd have to talk to my partner, Ramey. But we are doing that, and that is how we're able to deliver health care in those rural areas, and as you said, to get the right specialist.
I mean, you're talking about doing this in the middle of Africa.
Yes, sir, we are. That's what we're doing presently.
Okay.
As well as China. We're presently in China as well. And, there's some very, very rural areas of China. And there's some security issues in China as well, as there is anywhere. It's always a HIPAA-compliant solution. JEMS doesn't change. So it's we are able to set up shop. We'll do a demo in a hospital anywhere, in any city/state, United States, and we're basically up and running, fully installed within 15 to 20 minutes.
Well, 15 to 20 minutes, it's in, it's up, it's operating, and a life can be saved, or a future can be altered by having somebody on the other end in 2 clicks. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. What are you doing with these agencies? Department of Homeland Security, the Veterans Administration, Department of Justice. What's going on there with JEMS?
Yeah, so in the VA and Department of Homeland Security, they utilize a rugged solution, which is fully portable, because the VA, Department of Homeland Security, has these vehicles that they would use, God, heaven forbid, in the event there was a tragedy. So they have these vehicles that will pick up people, take them to safety. The problem is they can't get doctors on those vehicles quickly enough.
Right.
So they utilize our technology to reach out to those doctors. So in essence, they're able to effectively use those vehicles by having our technology in them, because the doctor is there with JEMS.
So every emergency care flight, we're talking about the EMS. We're talking about little screens that are inside the whether it's a police vehicle or anything of that nature. Or first responders, I can see them having this technology there because it's so much easier and faster. You don't have to wait for the ambulance to show up.
Absolutely, yes, that is exactly correct. You're right, and it is. It's such an honor, to talk to some of the people that utilize our technology, and we're very, very lucky and thankful that we have such a great customer base, and they share some of these stories with us. It's quite humbling, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I could see that your technology falls on it's got to be a must on every airplane. You've got to have this because stuff happens up there, and that, believe me, talk about being removed from it. There,
absolutely.
Every cruise ship in the world has got to have this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Wow, what a pervasive technology, and you still keep it HIPAA compliant whether you're outside in the middle of the jungles of the Congo or you're in the downtown Detroit.
Yes, sir. It's end-to-end encryption, 256-bit encryption.
How are you able to sort through the myriad of issues? Because you also mentioned psychology, and there's a lot of specialties out there. How do you find the right person for the right job? I mean, it's one thing to make the HIPAA compliant and make it everywhere, but then you've got to find the right physician or the right type of doctor for the problem. How does that happen?
Yeah, so really, the people that acquire our system, they get it. They understand it. They understand the need to provide, better health care to their population base. So, they will reach out to say, well, in Sault Ste. Marie, there's a psychologist in Ann Arbor, Michigan, that basically instead of driving these huge distances, which would be about a 5-6 hour drive, and by the way, sometimes you can't make that drive in inclement weather. She's able to sit in her office and provide psychiatric services and not have to drive the distance, nor does the patient have to drive the distance. There's stories like that throughout the country and world of people utilizing JEMS. And it's, once again, it's as you said so kindly, it's 2 clicks away to the right person. And anything that has a video feed, so it's not just a video, it's not just live video of a patient's face and reaction. It can be an otoscope, it can be a dermoscope, it can be a stethoscope, EKG, things that have video feeds, which pretty much everything that you see in an operating room or inside of a hospital would have some type of video feed. So it's pretty cool. We're once again we're feed agnostic as well as data agnostic, as well as carrier agnostic. So this works on a Verizon network the same way it would work on an AT&T, the same way that it would work on any of them.
Well, I'm looking at your website, and you've got the cell phones and tablets, and then the cart. I think, is that what you called it, right?
Yep.
Then the rolling cart. And it looks to me like now that you've got the connectivity technology straightened out, you've got the compliancy of the HIPAA compliant tech. It seems to me that you've got the beginning of a social network in the medical community with directories, so that everybody, let's say that your physician takes off to Switzerland, if he pulls into an office that's got one of your technologies, he can operate on somebody in Palm Beach.
Well, yeah, actually, all he would need is his mobile device on that end, as long as the patient is. So if the patient is in Palm Beach, he would just have to have his mobile device, his smart device.
Wow. So you can put encryption to the point of being HIPAA compliant on the signal from his mobile device outside the borders of the United States, so that the physician can actually conduct or I guess look over somebody's shoulder while they're doing an emergency operation to save somebody's life.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Wow. All right, we're out of time. It's been a sincere pleasure for you being on the show and bringing this technology out to our audience. I really want to thank you for being here, Kevin. Anywhere, well, first the web address, so they can anybody who's interested can go ahead and take a look at your product. But is there any other locations that you're going to be where somebody can touch and feel it and move it around and such?
We'll come to you. We are anytime, anywhere as well. Anybody who wants to see GEMS will see GEMS. I promise you, we have a really cool virtual room. That's how we meet with our people in China and Africa. But I love to go out there and talk about my technology and show people our technology. It's what I love to do. And Michael, once again, thank you so much. It's been my absolute pleasure and truly an honor to talk to you today.
Thank you, and thank you what you're doing for humanity, Kevin. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Kevin Lasser, CEO, GEMS Technology, JEMSTECH.com. Thank you all for listening. Good luck. Good trading. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to today's program. The Traders Network is a production of Yorba.tv.